What's up, guys? Hey, how we doing? So I made it into Daytona. That's right. I was snuck in by secret agents. No, just kidding. They're all good with me. They got rid of Adam Cincerillo and said I could come back since they got rid of the real problem child. So, no, just kidding. But I made it in, watched the race. What a hell of a track. That was badass. Roczen gets his man card back. He actually handled Cooper Webb for once. I mean, he's done it one other time, but every other time Cooper Webb punks him. He didn't this time, and it was on a huge stage, the Daytona Supercross, and Ken Roczen stepped up. Thank you to everyone sending me your address for the Nano-Extreme samples. Please do it in the same way that P. Davey is here, with the name, address, and then email. I have to get all those things over to Nano before they'll send out the samples, so it makes it much easier. I got thousands of these things that I've been copying and pasting, so if you do it in that form, just know I really appreciate it. And head over to Nano-Extreme if you want to buy some of this stuff. Use code COOKSY for free shipping. Check out Coach Rob's YouTube channel. Coach Rob has awesome content, from fitness to vet riders to amateur racing to interviews with Jeremy Martin. He has good stuff over there. So head over to Coach Rob's YouTube and give him a subscribe.
You need people like me so you can point your fucking fingers and say, that's the bad guy.
So I had fun at the Daytona Supercross. It was there was a huge turnout, perfect weather. I didn't get kicked out. It was badass. And to see Ken Roczen riding like an absolute savage. I don't know what's changed with him this year. He does not fade at the end of the races like he used to. He looks like a different guy, and I have a bit of a theory on it. I think a lot of it is his fitness issues have to do with stress. Stress gets chronic fatigue and all the issues that he has. Well, he's come out there with zero expectations. Nobody predicted him to be a title threat this year. We weren't sure. Honestly, I wasn't even sure if he could get to the podium on a regular basis. He has been a podium guy. He's had the red plate, and now he's won the Daytona Supercross. If you take away that one mistake in Tampa where he hit the lapper, Kenny Roczen's got the red plate. I mean, he is really riding good. Rumor has it that a guy, the sketch looks a lot like Ken Roczen, who took out Moto Jones. So maybe he just needed to take out Moto Jones and stop using the voodoo dolls. Whatever it was, Ken Roczen needs to keep doing what he's doing, because he might win himself his first championship on a Suzuki late in his career. We're not even halfway, and even with that Tampa round where Ken Roczen finished way back, he crashed, broke his chain, DNF'd. With a DNF, he's only 16 points out of the lead. And we're not even halfway. Next week, well, technically Wednesday, we're halfway through the season, but it's a 17-round season, and after next week, we'll have completed 9 of those races. And then they get a week off. But seeing Ken Roczen do this on a Suzuki is even more impressive. This is a bike that really hasn't had major updates. I know in 2018 they did some stuff. They claim they redesigned the frame. They tweaked a couple things. Essentially, this is the same bike they've had since 2008. They haven't done a whole lot to it. They added the fuel injection in 2008, and ever since then, they've just kept the same platform. The fact that he's going out there and beating these guys who put millions and millions of dollars in Honda, Kawasaki, KTM into development, man, are they just wasting their money? Should they just work on dialing in the chassis they have? Are these updates unnecessary? I don't know. I think you could probably make that case, because Ken looks really good on that bike out there. Suzuki's business model is like good enough. It's good enough. Now let's just produce the bikes, sell the bikes, keep costs down, and be profitable. Maybe they have the secret sauce. I don't know. But if he keeps winning, that is gigantic. How do you go to Honda and say, yes, we're not winning because we need more testing? Who's winning? The guy on the bike that has no testing or no development. Yeah, it's kind of hard to justify those expenses when Ken's going out there and doing what he's doing. Cooper Webb, he just could not get through the rhythm section. There was a rhythm section on the back side in front of us. It was the one before you come across the start-finish. He hit it about 1 out of every 3 times perfectly. Ken Roczen hit it perfectly every single time. And this track, it seemed like the harder you tried to push, the more likely it was to make a mistake. And Ken Roczen was out front, just maintaining that gap and just riding perfectly. Couple lappers took his line, and that's when Webb got close, but then he stalled it, and then he missed a couple sections. It was Ken Roczen's night, and I think Cooper Webb, as mad as he was, he was still okay with the way that they came out points-wise. He still got the point lead. He's got 10 points over Chase Sexton and 16 over Ken Roczen. That's right where Cooper Webb wants to be. But I'll tell you what, if they let Ken Roczen get over, if he lets Ken Roczen believe he can beat him, because up until this point in his career, Cooper Webb has punked him every single time. If Ken Roczen starts thinking he can beat Webb and close it out with Webb, oh boy, yeah, like I said, Ken might get his first championship. How about the cowboy, Aaron Plesinger? He has not been in the top 5 all year, which is crazy, but he hasn't. He went out there and rode the wheels off that thing, and when he got in the lead, I was just hoping that place would have erupted. They absolutely love Aaron Plesinger. Had he been able to hold on and win that race, oh my gosh, it would have been mayhem at Daytona. Still, to hang on for a podium, and he had to fight hard. I mean, Justin Cooper pushed him till the very end. By the way, Justin Cooper quietly becoming one of the elite 450 riders. Yes, he struggles in the whoops, but he's so good at jumping them, he's able to manage it. He reminds me of Cooper Webb, back when he was starting to find his flow. And people forget, Justin Cooper is better outdoors than he is at Supercross. When they get outdoors on this 450, he might be a contender. He's a guy that nobody's really talked about for that outdoor title. Could you imagine if Justin Cooper gets on a roll and wins the outdoor title? I fully expect for him to win a moto or two outdoors. But yeah, Justin Cooper, quietly, very, very, very good. Check out Ride Strapped. Best goggles, glasses. We got the Cooksy Cookout later today. I'm excited to see all you guys there. We're going to have a good time. Yeah, Chris is he's just a cool dude that really, man, he does a ton for me, and I appreciate it so much. So check out Ride Strapped. Get your goggles, glasses, or shirts over there. If you're shipping anything, use Precision Transport. That's pretransport.com, a family-owned shipping company that just sends your stuff over. They get you good tracking numbers. They don't mess around. Just good people. Hit up pretransport.com. Motobilia. Motobilia is a high-end motorcycle memorabilia website. I like to just go scroll their page because there's such cool stuff on there. You can buy, you can sell. Hit up motobilia.com. So Chase Sexton. Oh, Chase Sexton. What are we going to do with you? Oh my goodness. So fast. Almost 2 seconds faster than everybody in qualifying in the first session. Second session, he comes in the last second and just goes underneath Justin Cooper. Still fastest. The Merchant of Speed is back. But with that Merchant of Speed comes the Merchant of Crash. Holy moly. That was a nasty get off in that first heat race. I'm glad he's okay. I'm glad he was able to finish out the night, but you could see he was charging in that main event, but the effects of that crash looked like they got to him. Chase Sexton's not a guy that really has fatigue issues. I have to think something was bothering him or he hit his head, because you don't land that hard. Whether you're knocked out or not, you still have some sort of, it rings your bell. And you can call it a concussion, you can call it dinged, whatever you want. He was dealing with some effects of that towards the end of that main event, and he faded back. Still got 5th. He's only 10 points out. And what I would tell Chase Sexton is just forget the last 3 rounds. He's just got to get through Indianapolis. If he can get through Indianapolis on the podium, don't even worry about winning. Just get through, salvage some points. Then we have a week off, reset. Come back for 8 rounds and make it an 8-round series. He's got to convince himself it's not a 17-round series. It will now be an 8-round series, and he's just got to make up a few points and win when he can. And I still think he's very, very alive in this title. He's only 10 points down. And if you told me he was going to make those kind of mistakes and only be 10 points out of the championship, that's looking pretty good. So El Hombre, Jason Anderson, was absolutely flying out there. He was leading it, and he looked like he might be getting his first Daytona win, but then he threw up a sail about 3/4 of the way in, and he was gassed. He was so tired. And I have to think this has to go back to him being sick earlier in the year. So with him being sick, it affects your training, it affects your cardio, and if there's any track on the series that's going to expose that, it's Daytona, and that track was nasty. Holy moly, it was nasty. They were going so fast. When they went on that long straightaway, parallel to the oval, kind of where they dog-legged and then went around, where Levi Kitchen crashed, they were going so fast, and I can't even imagine. There's no relaxing there, and I don't know if it showed it on TV or you could tell, but there were ruts. That jump that Levi Kitchen endoed off of, it looked like a comb on the front side of it. And I leaned over to my buddy Don here, and I was like, Don, look at that. Holy crap. Would you want to hit that at 60 miles an hour and hope your rut doesn't have a kicker? Oh, dear Lord. It was terrifying. Terrifying. I really don't like those high-speed sections where guys get to go over 60 miles an hour like a straight rhythm style. I think it's dangerous. It was fun to watch, but it was also crazy. But Jason Anderson got so tired. I mean, he fell into the clutches of both Malcolm Stewart, who was riding good, and Justin Hill, who's been riding exceptional. Justin Hill is a badass. He's found that form that he used to have when he won the championship. I'm telling you, the ceiling for this guy is very high. If he gets on a night where he feels really comfortable, Daytona's not his really forte, but for him to go out and get a 7th at Daytona and go as fast as he did, I'm telling you, at one of these rounds, if he gets a hole shot in the main event or gets up there in the first, second, and third, this is the type of dude that can go out there and win the race. So, yeah, keep an eye on Justin Hill. He might do something special this year. All right, guys, I'm going to cut it kind of short. I got to edit this up and get over to the Cooksy Cookout. But, yeah, it was fun. I got into the Daytona Supercross. So, hey, MX Sports and Feld, you can't keep me out. So, all right, guys. Thank you, members. I appreciate everything. And we are giving away in March the Red Bull Cooper Webb helmet. This thing's badass. So all you have to do is be a member. We're going to pick one random member, and you will get the Cooper Webb Red Bull helmet shipped out to you.